We are going live. That's it. Let me turn this down. Let me do this. And now we're ready. Guys, Grand Rising, good morning. Let's get straight into it. We're going to look at the charts, try and see if there's anything that we can put an eye on. And I want you guys to be asking yourself the questions about, what you may or may not do in these situations, right? So right now I'm looking at US 30 straight away, jumping straight in. Man. Sorry?
There's nothing on the screen, fam.
There's nothing on the screen, yeah? Apologies. Thank you for letting me know. Let's go again. Let's do this. What about now?
Yeah, all good.
Thank you for letting me know. Why can't I hear anything? All right, let me turn this down. What type of noise is going in the background? Let's turn it down. Let me even change that. Let's change that. All right, so US 30, we're looking at US 30 right now, and we're going to look at the bigger picture. I'm not going to start breaking everything down like yesterday. I'm going to just get in as though I'm trading, all right? I'm going to get in as though I'm trading, and then when you guys see something that you don't like or you're not too sure about, you can ask some questions. We can have a look in that capacity, but let me just change the vibe because I don't know what kind of hip-hop music's playing in the background. Let's do that. All right. My music should be background. If it's too loud, straight away, just let me know. So I don't want it too loud, too imposing, okay? Let me move some stuff out of the way. There you go. I'm feeling better, I'm organized. Sorry. All right, so let's go. So I'm looking at US 30. So the first thing is I opened US 30 up and I happen to be on the 5-minute time frame. Okay, it's no good to me. I need to zoom all the way out, Russian doll, understand what's going on. All right. So yeah, like I said, I'm not going to break that down everything like I normally do from the top. All right, I'm going to jump in. Now, I'll tell you my thoughts when I'm looking at this. My thoughts are immediately when I'm looking at US 30 is that are we at the top of a range or are we in the middle of a bigger range? That's my concern. It's my immediate concern. Are we in the top of this, between this smaller yellow line, dashed line, and this bottom end? Or are we in the middle of this bigger yellow to yellow range? This is my concern, all right? However, I can't guess, I can't dream. There's nobody I can ask. I can only watch and see what the price does and what the market does. At the moment, we are bullish, making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. By all purposes, we may be going to see another higher high pushing up towards this blue line, all right? Let me get rid of some previous stuff. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Get rid of some smaller stuff in here that's just messing up my charts. All right. Let me get rid of all of those things there. Select King Louis in. Is my camera flickering or is that just me? It is not my camera. It's flickering, isn't it? It is flickering. It's always something. Always something. Why is my camera flickering is the question. Let's try and do this. Let's try and do this. All right. Not too sure why the camera's flickering around. I'm actually not sure at all. Let's try one more time. Maybe a bit better. All right. So I'm looking over here and I can see that we are in this blue impulse here, all right? In this blue impulse here, and that's on the 4-hour time frame. So when I look at the 4-hour time frame, I can see that the market pushed up, made this higher high, came down, broke structure, minor structure here, and made a lower low over here. Even though there was some wick action, I would have liked to see a close on the 4-hour to definitively say it's it's breaking structure. But we saw this wick all the way back up in here, and then the market was doing the hokey cokey. Have a look. The market was doing a little hokey cokey in here for a little while, going sideways, all right? And then we've seen a break of this little minor structure. It's not even, to be honest, the minor structure, because at the moment, the market is trading within here and here. Why do I say that? Because the market pushed down, and this is the lowest point. This is the lowest point it made. Previous highest point was here, all right? So if I was to draw some lines in here on this time frame, the line would actually look like this. As a range, all right? Touching the lowest point before and the highest point before the lowest point. Yeah, so the market is trading within that range. All this action is within this 1 hour swing high and 1 hour swing low. Yeah, it's within there. Now, yes, there is structure on a smaller time frame, possibly. Let's look on the 15-minute time frame. Even on the 15-minute time frame, you see the market come from here and tumble. And this is the lowest point. Everything else in between that point, including this little consolidation, including this, is all kind of sideways action. This is all kind of sideways action that the market's been making, okay? And at the moment, have a look. We've just now started to trickle above that sideways action. Look, a little trickle above that sideways action, all right? Little break indication for possible correction, little continuation, and break outside of that trend line here, which is this one here, okay? And we've just broken outside of it at the moment, see? So this is how I would have drawn that previous range what we were looking at, all right? And the market has currently done this, all right? Now, personally, right now, the market is once again consolidating, all right? Have a look. Once again, the market pushed up here, made this high point over here, yeah? And then started to consolidate. So again, if I was drawing my lines in, all right, to give me a guide to understand where that breaker structure would be, I draw a line in on the bottom of this energy, okay? And I could draw a few lines. I could draw one like this, then like this, okay? And then I can draw one as the market accelerates. Let me make it a different color so we don't get confused, all right? Then I can draw one as the market accelerated at this angle. You see? The market was going like that. That's the data point, and that's the data point. That is a swing low for sure, and this is a swing low for sure. But then the market accelerated in this direction. Maybe it might help if I put the top end in. The top end looks like this. And then, no, not you. And then kind of like that. All right, kind of like that, all right? But now we can see this market essentially going sideways in here, all right? It's kind of going sideways in this little area here. But if it was to put a bigger zone, it's kind of in this bigger area here, all right? So that's the bigger area that it's trading within, but there is some smaller consolidation. If I can duplicate this and fade it out a little piece. So I'll fade it out like this. Now make a different color as well, because green doesn't really bow too. If I leave green, I'll put a different one on here. So this little, area in here, or in here now, that the market's doing the hokey cokey with it. All right, now I don't know what news is happening today. I don't know what kind of other factors may be in the markets that's making this market just do the hokey cokey and whatnot. I don't know. All right, so I will check. So if you go onto our 5-minute time frame, you can see that consolidation a little bit better as the market comes down here and it's just kind of rocking and rolling and rocking and rolling. So I want to know what happens when it comes out outside of here. So I'm going to place an alert above, and I'm going to place an alert below. There is some imbalance below that I identified, and the market dipped into it a little bit with this little push down here. Yeah, this is actually 50% of this imbalance, so it might be done with this imbalance, who knows? Okay, but let me now make my bias after looking at all of that and understanding what's going on. Like I said to you, this market here came down to the bottom end of this range, hey, boing. So if we're doing the ping pong, okay, it pinged, it pumped, it pinged, and now we're going for pong, and it has now actually broken outside of the range. I really would like to see the market, because if we look for structure on the other side of things, the problem is on this bigger range, that structure is all the way up here, which is quite far, okay? It's quite far. On a smaller time frame, we can see smaller structure. For example, there was some structure in here, in this consolidation, where the market has broken up above, made some sort of retracement, and now we're seeing closes above that level and above this little level of structure, but it's not above this swing level here. So potentially, if this market makes a break, an indication on a smaller time frame, corrections and continues, I'm going to be very, very curious to see whether or not it breaks that level over here. Because this is the pitch at the moment. The market's trading within this high and this swing low. That's the current pitch, current football pitch that is being played upon. It could decide to break past that and push up. But at the moment, this is the walls that have been drawn between here and here is the pitch that we're playing. Okay, so the market may push if there is on a smaller time frame some sort of indication and correction continuation. I may decide to get involved in that trade. But when we get up to this level here for 150 pips, I'm going to be thinking to myself, boy, that might be the end of the road. All right. Or it might decide to pong all the way to the other end of this blue range. This blue range meaning this range here. Okay. That range here. Similarly, the market might break down bearishly because, let's have a look on a larger time frame, understanding our Russian doll. Because we've gotten up to, around this top end of this yellow line here. What's the yellow line? The yellow line is that top end of this range here, okay? And now the market is, because look, if to be fair, if I was to draw this a bit better, maybe the angle's slightly off. Maybe if I put this angle a little bit better as I've drawn it in, as I can see it now, touching this data point here properly and touching that data point there. The angle's more that way. Therefore, this line may be a little bit more this way. But who knows? Who cares? Who knows? Who cares? This is the whole point. Doesn't really matter. It's a guide. I'm not taking these trades based upon these lines. I'm taking these trades understanding that whether we're in a premium or whether we're in a discount. All right. So I'm saying to you right now, it's possible that we are right up against where this market may want to turn around. And therefore, we have to be cautious to see what it may do. Yeah. It maybe now made this little high here on the 1 hour time frame. On the 4 hour, it's a wick. On the 1 hour, we can see some solid candles. And now maybe have a look at this 50% area. Let's check from up this here level to down here. Maybe can you see we're right sitting on that kind of 50%, close to the 618 level here. Close to this. Maybe the market wants to turn around right now and start breaking down. I do not know. I'm not going to lie to you like I know what the market's going to do. I don't know. All right, but that's fine because in my ignorance of not knowing, it makes me a better trader because then I'm open to whatever it does. I'm not going to marry it. And this is a term you hear people do in trading. They marry their trade. They say, this is going up. And they're just looking for reasons to justify taking a bullish trade. They are no longer of an unbiased opinion. They're now saying it's going up. So they're looking for anything to make to hit buy. You don't want to be like that. You want to analyze the information as it's presented to you. And at the moment, the market is bullish, making higher highs and higher lows and higher highs and higher lows. But at the moment, it's starting to go sideways, breaking outside of the trend, potentially at the top of a larger range. And if this market starts to break down, making lower lows, indication, corrections, continuations, but I'm going to be interested in getting in that trade to see if this market is going to be turning around, especially as we've currently broken outside the trend. We're no longer wearing baggy jeans. Inside these two yellow lines, everyone was wearing baggy jeans. Now I'm seeing man wearing straight jeans. The trend seems to possibly be changing. Or maybe this is just Cletus who starts wearing straight jeans for no reason and then we're just going to get back to the program and start wearing baggy jeans again. I don't know. All right, but I'm watching the crowd. I'm watching the markets to see whether this is a change in that trend. All right, but at the moment, I don't know. At the moment, they're thinking about it. Everyone's like, baggy jeans, straight jeans, I ain't too sure. Yeah. We're worrying about it. We're thinking about it. So that's my analysis for this market. Now, we can try and combine it with a few things. You saw how I put the markup in the group about what we was looking at for the whole day, which was the Dixie. Didn't that play out well? Where we saw the Dixie gain strength, all right? And we saw our indice fall, okay? Now, I'm not trying to say that, you could trade both of them or maybe, but you can use one to try and inform the other. So if I was to zoom out on my daily, on my Dixie, which is the dollar index, DXY, and if you wanted to see the pound index, it would be the BXY, for the Great British Pound, yeah? And then if you wanted to see the Japanese index, it'd be the JXY, for the Japanese currency, and so on and so forth. So right now, I've zoomed all the way out of this market here. And once again, have a look. This market has been pinging. This is on the weekly. I'm going all the way to the weekly time frame. Have a look. This market has been pinging, ponging, pinging. We've had a little half pong at the moment. Okay, we've had a little half pong. We haven't quite got down to the bottom. Let me get rid of this. We know it's the Dixie. All right. Let me get rid of some of these things. All right. And we're looking at this market and we're wondering what it could be doing because it was trading down within this range here. All right. But at the moment, the market made a higher high breaking structure and has made a higher low. Now, we understand that these markets move in waves, and maybe this market just wants to make a little retracement. I can see a possible reason why it might want to make a retracement in here. Because in that little area here, we can see imbalance. And maybe the dollar wants to come and retrace and close that imbalance, all right, like so, before deciding to come down and actually get to pong. So up here's ping, ping. Down here is pong, pong. All right, so maybe it wants to get back down here on pong, but first it wants to come and close this imbalance. I do not know, but what I do know is it came down here and made a low, and then pushed all the way up here. Look, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 weeks of bullish momentum that broke previous structure. As soon as it breaks structure, you guys understand that above any of these mountain tops, there's liquidity, and the market likes to nam, then run in the opposite direction. And when it started to run in the opposite direction, the market made a higher low. So therefore, for all purposes, this market may be doing this, deciding it wants to trade within this range and potentially get up and close this imbalance. I don't know. Let me drop to my daily time frame. The daily time frame gives me more information. So now if I was drawing this here, I'd have to draw my lines like so. All right, taking into consideration this last swing high before this last swing low. I could also zoom in and draw a line like this, taking into consideration this last high for this last low point. And we've seen how the market has broken this structure. Well, on this daily time frame, it was just wicks. All right, but we can see this break of the structure, some retracements, some closes back above. And now we can even see a close above this swing structure. This is a close above it. All right. So though we may initially, once again, see some sort of retracement first. All right. Maybe this market just has to come down in here, close a tiny bit of imbalance. I can see a tiny bit of imbalance in here on the daily in here. All right. See a tiny bit of imbalance here on the daily. So maybe that market wants to come in here and close this little tiny bit of imbalance and then push up. Maybe. Let's go to our 4-hour time frame and have a look. 4-hour time frame gives us more detail once again. And now we're seeing a huge 4-hour imbalance in here that the market could decide to come and collect. Trust me, it could. It could say, yeah, I'm coming down here. Now, if this market starts to lose strength first, if we think that this market is going to come down here and lose strength first, we might see the index gaining strength first. So we might see a push up in here first. Have a look. Yeah, it might decide to nam push up in here before coming back down. Yeah, so it might decide to push down in here before pushing up. Yeah, and coming and collecting the imbalance that we can see all the way up in these levels. Maybe. All right, maybe. But right now I've seen this here. And I can also place some, I can drop my time frame down first, but I can place some alerts when this market starts to break some significant structure over here. Because look, if I was drawing my lines, I'd have to draw it like this. Why, Jay? Why would you have to draw it like this? Because I need to touch this point before this highest point here. This is a significant structure on the 1-hour time frame. There is smaller structure in here for sure, here and here. Okay, but this is a significant one over here. Okay. Maybe even straying to this level over here. But either way, this area is significant. And so therefore the market is currently trading within there and there. You see? So let me get rid of this. So I'm watching this here and I'm thinking to myself, okay, what's the market gonna do? Well, we can see the market broke some minor structure, made a retracement. All right, pushed all the way down here, broke this structure, boom, smashed straight through that, closed some imbalance, came all the way down to here, came to another area of structure, and the market is not quite close below this wick, but we're dancing here. If I were to draw some lines in on this push down here, at the moment, it's like this. Okay, so I can place an alert above this little high here, that's gonna trigger when something starts to happen. And more than likely, when that starts to trigger, The other one's not is gonna closely follow. The indices may start to do something closely. I'll go to my 15-minute time and get some more detail. All right, so now I can see a little bit more stuff happening in here, like so. See how this market is trading. All right, see the fact that over here is a structural level that hasn't been broken. Okay, I know there's liquidity underneath here. So the market, we might see it push down into this level here, touch the bottom of this range. And a lot of times, guys, sometimes when you see huge imbalance, that's bait. The market likes to play around. Doesn't have to just go and get it. All right, whoops, doesn't have to just go and get it sometimes. Sometimes you see the market do this, and you're thinking, yeah, it's definitely going to go now, and then it does that. If you just say, what the hell? That's to catch out all the people that was like, yeah, I'm getting there for the sales, going to close out all this imbalance. The market could easily come, do this, and then decide it's going to come and do that. And you're like, bloody hell, what about this imbalance? All right, so don't be too hasty. Make sure you get your confirmations. So I've got my alerts in here, where this market starts to push above this level, and I'm going to place an alert below here. I should really go below here, but let's just go below this little structure here. Make that market ring. The Dixie pushes down below here, just to give me an indication in regards to this US 30, what it might do. Because at the moment, it's still doing the hokey dokey. And at the moment, though I might want it, zooming out, and go to my bigger picture. Though I might be thinking to myself that we're near the top of this bigger range here, and the market wants to turn around, it might not be finished. It might not have got actually up to that line yet. I might want to push up first for the whole rest of the week before deciding, okay, now we're going to go. I do not know, but I just know that area-wise, if I was to make it like this, make it not a line, make it an area-wise, they're in potential sell territory. Is it finished its push though? Remember, on the US 30, this push up here, from where we currently are, is 500 pips. It's a fantastic trading month for you, just that one trade. So we cannot be too hasty and just hit the button like, yeah, boom, that's what's happening. We don't know. Definitely, I don't know right now. The market's going sideways at the bottom of this little range. It's broken outside of this range, looking like it potentially wants to push down here, but I just do not know. It might just be it, thinking about it. Let's have a look to see, as I mentioned a couple of times, whether or not there is some stuff going on today. Maybe Brother Alan would let us know if there is anything happening today. I'm just looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, there's a little Canadian red folder news, a lot of orange folder news here. We have got Fed Bowman's speech. Not too sure what he's talking about later. Okay. Not too sure what he's talking about later.
I do. Sorry,
Let's go.
I'm just in the supermarket. So there's a lot of Fed speak at the moment. There was a Fed Mester yesterday. So all the Feds are coming out. So sentiment's going to be really, really important, because the market was told that they're not going to put interest rates down in March. So the market's looking for anything to say, well, you know what? They're going to soften that approach and interest rates are we're going to take it down, right? That's what the market wants. That's why the market's been pushing up all these months, as well as AI. So watch for sentiment the next few days. You see the market swings and roundabouts due to what a Fed says. If you see a Fed speaking, please be aware. The market will move if the Fed basically says, you know what, I want interest rates to come down. Yeah, then the market will be bullish. If a Fed said, no, we're going to stick to the course, we want to stick to 2%, we're going to get 2% inflation, then the market will go down. So that's very important. Yeah, so Fed speak right now is really, really important.
Excellent. And there you go, guys. You said, and that's fundamental factors. Those are fundamental factors that will override your technicals. Okay, especially your short-term technicals, as in on a smaller time frame. That is, you have to understand that. So even if you might have stuff marked up beautifully, oh my God, this is so amazing, I can see the structure, blah, blah, blah. Just one Fed speech that goes and says something wild can blow, especially your short-term, smaller technical analysis out the window. Now, that doesn't make you stupid. That just means that you wasn't aware of your surroundings and you wasn't aware of this news that was happening. You hear a lot of traders turn around and say that they don't trade news because they don't like the fact that it affects all the lovely, beautiful technical analysis they've been doing for the last 2 hours on their charts. Yeah, they prefer not to. Yeah, now that is your decision if you're going to decide not to trade news. Some people trade news on the basis that the news can propel price in the direction that you want it to go. So what I have done is I've just placed my alerts here for now, and I will get into the trade if it gives me my confirmations, but I will just manage my risk, and I will be very aware of what time this speech is happening. 7 o'clock. Okay. Because then I might say to myself, if I'm in good profits, you know what? I'm getting out, mate. I'm getting out of this. I'm in good profits. Why should I stay in this on the basis that he might say something mad and delete all my profits? Yeah. So I'm either going to move my stop to make sure I'm well protected and I've secured my profits, or I'm going to get out. Yeah. Or if I get into the trade and it's risk free, but I'm not really that much up, I might say, you know what, I'm going to take the gamble of staying into that trade on the basis that the speech tells things in my direction. But I'm going to be very, very sensitive to what happens, because it might happen very, very quickly. And all of a sudden I go from $100 to $1,100 up. At that point in time, let me take my money, because if you can see a huge move in that direction positive for you, market could swing back against you. So as soon as I see it jump to 1,100 after his speech, I'll just close out. I like that, because it's showing volatility. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you have to understand the aim of the game is to make money. So when I close out that 1,100 and I only risked 100, I feel like I've won. I feel like I've done my deed today in regards to trading. I don't have to stay in that trade and see whether it's going to go higher and higher and higher. That's called greed. That is called greed. I put 1,100. You risked 100 quid. I put 1,100 on the table, and you left it there to see whether or not you're going to get any more. And you know what happened? I came back and took my 1,100 and bounced. And you're sitting there with nothing. I not only took my 1,100, I took your 100 that you risked. Who feels like a mug now? You do. So always understand what is winning to you. Is winning securing that 1 to 2, that 1 to 3, that 1 to 5? Is 1 to 5 that if you get to get a 1 to 5, no matter how high what, you're just going to close it? Because you understand if you keep taking a 1 to 5 trade, what that means to you over the duration of a week, a month, a year. Okay? You have to ask yourself, what type of trader are you? Are you a trader that wants to be in there closing out your positions? Or are you going to just place your stop loss at a structural level and be happy with trading from structure to structure, which is a fantastic strategy? It just isn't got huge risk to reward. Yeah? But you trading from one point of structure to another point of structure is how you're supposed to trade. It just depends on what time frame you're doing that on. Because you can do it on all time. I can trade from 15. Remember what I was saying to you just a minute ago. Say, for example, here in the 15 minutes, I can see this ping pong kind of action. Do you understand what I'm saying? I can see it. But if I was on the, say, 4-hour time frame, I can't see it. So I can't trade to that 15-minute structure because I can't really see it. But I can see it on I can see 4-hour structure. So I might decide, no, I'm going to trade all the way down to this structure. That's fine. But I have to also take into consideration where then would I place my stop above the previous structure. So it all balances it out. Because on a smaller time frame, I could make a smaller entry. But if I was saying I want to stop, here's the previous structure above that wick. And that is potentially a target of a structural low. That's only a 1 to 1.69, and it could take you days because this is a 4-hour candles. Yeah, it's a lot safer. You might get a much higher win ratio because this is going to trickle around for 4 hours. It starts going against you, and then for another 4 hours, and you're 16 hours in, and it decides to start coming down here, and it trades to structure. Yeah, your win ratio may be a lot higher, meaning that the amount of wins that you have, out of 10, for example, is going to be high. It might be 7 or 8 wins, and that's good if it makes you feel good, and you're happy and you're patient enough to sit in 4-hour trades. It is good. I'm not even taking the piss. It's good. If you're not necessarily that patient, you don't want to sit around for 3 days to get a 1 to 2 trade, then you're going to be on a smaller time frame. So therefore, if I'm on a 15-minute time frame, I have to start I can take in consideration 15-minute structure. Like, for example, I'm not saying yes, but for example, this high over here, but vice versa, I got to take in a 15-minute structure where this market might tap into and start turning around. Might tap into here and start turning around. I might tap into this low and start turning around. And I don't want that. And the aim of the game is to get money. So I don't want to be out here and I'm up a lovely 1 to 3, 1 to 4 trade as it taps into, and then let it turn all the way back up on me, come all the way back up here, so I'm minus, only for it to turn back around to get me back down to where I was 3 hours ago. What's the point in that? I could take my money here and I could get back in over here if I wanted to. And if I didn't want to do that and I was looking at bigger structure, well, I should have just placed my stop at bigger structure as well and then just gone to sleep on the trade, especially if I'm trading in the direction of a trend. Okay. So that's my, what we're doing here for US 30 at the moment. And it is pushing up here at the moment. Have a look, we're seeing a little push up, but we're going to keep it moving. All right. Does anyone have a particular pair they want to look at before we finish up? Anybody have a particular pair? Let's look at USD JPY. I haven't looked at for some time. I think I was in the wrong broker there. Oh, no, that's fine. So everything the same, guys. This is the gym. When you go to the gym, the first thing you do is stretch. Then you put your wraps on your hand. Then you tie your shoelaces. And then you skip every time. Yeah? Every time you do the same thing. Come to this gym right now. I need to go to my higher time frame. And I need to go and see what this market's been doing. This is the Russian doll. All right? I need to see what the biggest doll is saying. What is the shape of that biggest doll? Okay, now I can see that this market here, the US dollar, has been by and large making stronger than the Japanese yen. All right, it has been doing this. All right, and previously was doing something else, but I can take it from here. This is cool. Okay. So if we wanted to, maybe we could go and take another little line like so. Maybe. All right, maybe the market's actually just trying to get back up in this kind of angle, this trajectory, maybe. But for now, I like this. Yeah, and what we could do is for all of them, fade them out so they ain't too much of a problem on our eye. So we're at the top of that USD JPY range. We've actually came and we ponged all the way up here. That's our US 30 pushing up. Let's have a quick glimpse about it. Let's go to our 5-minute time frame. We're seeing a break of this smaller consolidation here. Let me draw it properly. We're seeing a break of that smaller kind of consolidation in here, but I was a little bit dubious about this smaller consolidation because here is actually the high of that little range. So I'm seeing a little break of it. I'm not getting too excited at the moment. On the 5-minute time frame, there's still 2.5 or 2 minutes and 50 seconds left before it closes. I'd like to see a close up here, then I'd like to see a correction, then a potential continuation. But I am a bit still concerned about whether we're going to break this high or not, but I'm going to keep watching it. All right, maybe we get that break straight away, showing me, nah, Jay, we're ready to rock and roll. I'll pop another little alert up here, and I'm going to go back to my business. All right, so here we saw the market make a ping, make a pong, actually make a ping. Then it started to come down here. Have a look. Let's have a look at it on the daily time frame. All right, if I was drawing some bigger lines in here in the daily time frame, I've got to have a line that does this. Touches this swing low before this highest point, but we can see the market accelerated like so. Let me make that blue. Let me push that up a little piece like that. You can see that those type of things that happen. And the market came and broke structure neatly, smash, indication, correction, continuation. You could have taken a trade here, sell, and the market fell off. Then we go all the way down to this level in here, and we decided, Jay, I'm not too sure if I can take this guy on. All right, I'm not too sure if I can take this guy on, and I'm going to turn around. We don't know what made it turn around. All right, apart from we understand there's huge amounts of demand in regards to orders, unfilled orders that were sitting around that level. Have a look at that level over here, sitting around here. I have to put my line in like this. It gives me structure on this daily time frame. If I was taking trades on the daily time frame, I'm waiting for an indication above this high. I'm waiting for a correction, a continuation. But let's go smaller. Go to our 4-hour time frame. Let's have a little look at that 4-hour time frame and see what's happening. Where is it gone? Over here. Have a look. On a 4-hour time frame, for me, this is the structure over here. This high, last high before this lowest point. And we saw that structure only break and close possibly over here. And then we saw a little retracement here, correction. And then we saw a close over here. So have a look at that trade. I'm going to zoom in so you can see, so I'm not just making it up, okay? Have a look on a 4-hour time frame. That candle closed here above this level, all right? Above this structure over here, okay? And then the market made a little bit of a retracement, correction, and then it continued and closed back above here. Have a look. If you wanted to, look at that aggressive entry right there. Below this low, aggressive entry. And have a look at the market, and that's on the 4-hour time frame. The market went nuts. Continued pushing bullishly all the way up, giving you a 1 to 4.5, might as well say a 1 to 5 trade. Tremendous trade. Okay. Then because we understand the market's moving waves, after capturing liquidity and pushing all the way up to this level here, didn't quite break it. The market decided it wanted to retrace, which is fine. Yeah, you don't know what it wants to do. All we know is that the market's moving waves. This market probably is not going to just keep shooting up like a missile. We know that it moves in waves because here it's made a higher low, higher high, higher low, continue to make a higher high. So if we was to draw some lines in this new range, have a look, it'd be like this. The market was moving like this at this point in time, in this kind of area here. And that's the top of the range in that kind of area here. And we've actually seen how the market has accelerated. All right. We can see a few area points here where we can say the market accelerated here. Let me make that a different color. Accelerated. Had more reason to start saying, no, I'm really going in this direction. Yeah. Until we ultimately got to that line there and made that a different color of touching this last data point before the highest point. And as soon as I see that, especially at the top of this range, have a look. That's why my Russian doll is there. That's the ceiling of the bigger Russian doll. Bang, I just bumped my head. So as soon as I see it get to near the ceiling and then start to break structure, give me an indicator. I can just do it on the 4-hour, but I could do it even smaller up here. But as soon as I see this, look, this is structure, right? That last low before this highest point. This is so easy, guys. It's easy. Once you get it and you see it, it's easy. This is why we do this repetition. And you see this market do this, watch. Indicate. Correct. Continue. Well, for all purposes, if I was taking trades on this big 4-hour time frame, that is my trade. We must stop above this high and have a look at the market. I'm 1 to 3 or 1 to 2.5. I'm happy with that. If I was taking these big trades on 4-hour time frame, let me show you now when I'm saying I could show you a smaller entry up here. Let me show you. This is the 4-hour time frame. Let me drop down to 1 hour. I'm going to get smaller than that, but let me drop to the 1 hour. Now on this 1-hour time frame, we came up here, we bumped our head. And if I was drawing my lines, this would have to be a line like so. Now I'm a bit concerned about this wick. It's kind of annoyed me. But for now, let me do this like that. Because that is the highest point. And if you can see in here, have a look. I'm not that concerned about the wick. If you can see over here, this was touching a level, the lowest point before that highest point here. And we're near the ceiling of what we're doing. Is that the highest point? I've made a mistake there. Oh, we're good, yeah? When that market came, boom, this is a breaker structure. I am concerned about this wick. I'm annoyed by this wick. Let me go to my 15-minute time frame and see what that wick looks like. Obviously, I've lost everything. Let's go back. There you go. All right. Do get handy with how you manipulate your charts, guys, as well. It will help your speed when you're navigating. All right. So we've seen, boom, a big close breaking previous structure, potential indication. This is the indication. All of this crossing up, great. All of this is our correction. And even within our correction, we start to consolidate. This is our bigger picture Russian dollars that we indicated. We're correcting. And then, boom, we see a continuation. But in our smaller picture, when we go inside that Russian dollar, we see consolidation going on inside of that correction. There's consolidation going on inside that correction. Now, I'm hoping, let me put a date in here. This is the 13th of November, 2023 at 7:45. 13th November 2023 at 19:45. I hope it gives me the data because I want to show you something, hopefully. All right. So if we're taking this on a massive time frame, 12, that would be our entry with our stop above this level after the indication, correction, continuation. It's a bit of a concern. We'd be concerned about all this imbalance. So we'd have to put our stop above this level because look at the market, straight back into that imbalance. Okay. And then look, we'd have still done very, very well using the exact same strategy, even though the market went nuts with this big push down. Look how well we would have done. Still going. All right. Same strategy. I'm going to try and find you an entry before this market broke over here. All right. Let's see. I actually don't think it's going to be there, but let's try. The market indicated, the market corrected all the way up to here. So I'm waiting for a time when this market, the problem is it starts to consolidate in here, which is my problem. All right. So I really want to break below here. Somewhere in here, I want to see something, which I might not see. So let's see if it gives it to me 5 minutes and go back to that date and time. No, it's very quick. Let's go to our 1 minute. I really hope it will give me the data. I don't think it will, but as we can only hope. Not quite. Let's go to 2 minutes. Didn't quite give me the data. Let's go to 2 minutes. No, it hasn't given me the information to actually analyze it how I wanted to. Let's go 3 minute. Now your MT5 will give you the information, especially if you ask it for more data, because it's not even giving me on a 3 minute time frame. It's out of order. All right. It's only giving me that down to 5 minutes. So basically, it's going back like a whole. It's not even going back that far, to be fair. It's not even going back that far. It's going back a few months. It's just not giving me the 1 minute information. So what was I looking for? Well, I was looking for some indication here, some correction, some continuation, a little bit of a stall on a very small time frame to get an entry around here with my stop above this high, but it wasn't giving me the data. All right, unfortunately. But either way, we saw it on a larger time frame of how you would have taken that trade, taken into consideration that imbalance. Or what you could do is this. Let me show you what you could do, only because they're not still giving me the data. Yeah, is knowing that this huge imbalance opened up, you were stoic. You had the absolute demeanor of a tree, of an oak tree. And you just said, you know what? I'm just going to wait until the market comes back and closes the imbalance. And you saw the market come back in here, making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. If I was drawing my lines, I have to draw a line that comes in here and touches this low in here. All right, touches this little last lowest point in here. All right, but even when it touches that lowest point in here, it's not a very good line that I've drawn. I want to get that touching that last lowest point in here, because this is that, well, close to the highest point, but it doesn't really matter anyway, because the market was going sideways in here. Have a look at this sideways action. All of this is sideways action, so it doesn't really matter that much. Let me make it blue. Let me get rid of the extending it. Have a look. And I can see my entry here. So I'm going to look straight away for when this indication happens. The market closes all the way down here. All right. If I was looking at it like this, I'd be getting quite excited. I'm saying, look, the market is broken out. We've got a clear indication outside of this range. I'm waiting for some sort of candles to go backwards in the opposite direction. And it's not going to give me the candles. I was going to actually will give me the candle. No, it's not going to give me the candles. It might give me the candles. Who cares? All right, we're waiting for some sort of retracement. This candle was all the way red, all the way down here. If I go to my lower time frames, and then it started to come up here and close this 5 minute imbalance that's been created, closing it. This is a 5 minute imbalance, but on a smaller time frame. I really want to drop my time frames, but it's not going to give me the candles. It's 1 minute, are coming up here, closing this imbalance, and I'm watching it. I'm saying, okay. And then we've seen that push down there. Very, very convincing. For all purposes, you could tell and say, that's my entry. This is my aggressive entry. And I'm going to put both of them in there, see which one does well. And this is my safe entry. So one is about 38, let's just say 40 pips. And the other one is 17, let's just say 20 pips. So one is half the risk, all right? On the basis that this market may do something. Let's play it forwards and see what happens. Delicious. Yeah. And if I go on up and scoot this forward some more, the market starts to go sideways. You're not too sure. More than likely, if I was you, when you got all the way down here very quickly, on your low risk entry, you know, you got a 1 to 2. On your higher risk entry, you're at a 1 to 4. when this market started to break structure against me, maybe I'll take my money. Maybe. Yeah, maybe I'll take my money because now it started to break structure on a smaller time frame, making over. If I was to drop my time frame to a 1 minute, we're seeing break of 1 minute structure over here, some retracements, some closing above, some kind of 1 minute structure in here. But on a 5 minute time frame, here is the structure up here. So maybe you might say, you know what? I'm just gonna make this risk free. Put my red line, my stop over here, so that I can't lose any money. Let's see what happens. Yeah, let's see if you get stopped out for nothing. Or let's see if it comes and stops you out. So I don't know at this stage because we're so small. Let's see. Playing it forward. Playing it. I'm going to make the time frame a bit bigger because I ain't got a week. All right. Delicious. Yeah. Didn't break that 5 minute structure. Made another little retracement. All right. Started doing the hokey cokey. Then boom. Now we've just broken this structure in here. And now we're killing it. We're killing the game. Even in your low risk entry, you're killing the game. Your higher risk entry, you're having a laugh. You're like 1 to 9, 1 to 10 trade. Okay. Now we've just broken this structure here with a huge push, all these red candles. I'm expecting to see a retracement. I am expecting to see a retracement. I can either take my money, yeah, or start moving my stops up. I'm expecting to see a retracement. We broke this level underneath here, and we're pushing towards this area. I think that what we might do is we might capture liquidity first below here before shooting back up. I don't know, but we may do. Let's see. Let me make this a line so we can actually track it with our eyes. Well, the market made an absolute equal low, but I still think we're going to push down here before pushing up. Let's see what happens. Even though we've seen this little push here, let's see. Delicious. Why? Because there's liquidity below here, and there's liquidity below here. And the market's already been making that run. The momentum is going in this direction. It's like a wave, like a tidal wave. It's going in this direction. Like, why wouldn't it come and hit this, like get this liquidity first? All right. So I'm absolutely, this is one of those trades where I'm killing it now. I gambled, I dared to gamble, I dared to stay in the trade, man, at 1 to 12. And I'm telling you about my $100 is 1,200, or my grand is 12 grand, or my 10 grand is 120 grand. And I'm like, oh my days. All right. Now you're either going to take your money now, you've broken some significant levels of structure. It's very, very possible this market might want to kick back on you now. Yeah, let's have a look. I'm trying to look left a little piece. Look at where the next point of structure is. Let me just go to my hour. You know, we're seeing it over here and over here. The market could keep dropping to hell, but at the same time, you've got to weigh up. Have you won? You got to ask yourself. Maybe you need to write it on your board. Have I won? Because I'm at a 1 to 12. I mean, I've definitely won. Like, what am I trying to achieve? Like, what do I want? A 1 to 50? 1 to 120? I'm at 1 to 12. I'm good. If you get 1 to 12 every single day in your life, even if you start with a penny, you'd be good within a month. You'd be good within a week. You understand what I'm saying? Of getting that type of return every single day. All right. So let's see. I'm going to play it forward. Continue to go. But let me show you one thing. I'm on the hour time frame. At any point here, did you see this market indicate, correct, and continue against you? Never. Not on the hour time frame. Let me even drop to my 15-minute time frame. Not even on your 15-minute time frame did this market ever indicate to, maybe I'm lying. Maybe at the point when I was hesitant, when I was saying that we should take our money out 1 to 12, maybe here. Because here is some smaller 15-minute structure. And then the market didn't really close above it. This is all wicks, so maybe I might be right. Let's go. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's zoom in. This was the structure over here. This is all wick action. And then this is, you know, now we want to close above this red wick. We don't get it. Now we want to close above this. We don't get it. We get a close here. Yes, we do get a close here. And then we do get a close supposedly over here. However, at this point, we're at premium. We're at the top of this range. So I'm not going to be buying into this wall. doesn't make any sense. I'll be waiting to see what it does. So, you know, yes, we did maybe get a little closure here above this little minor structure here, as in an indication, correction, continuation. But would I be wanting to buy into a wall? Probably not, bro. Maybe if I see it bust through that wall and price breaks outside of the trend, that's different. But I'm not going to be buying into running head, like, you know, 100 miles per hour straight into a brick wall. That would make no sense. So for argument's sake, I'm just going to say, for this story, I'm still in. For this story, I'm still in. Or I got back in, however way you want to see it, all right? And I'm watching this market, and I am going to probably be saying, look, this market is killing it. I more than likely would have moved my stop loss to securing some level of money. So let's imagine I've moved it into securing 10 grand. I'm like, listen, worst case scenario, I'm taking 10 grand. I may be at 12 grand now, but worst case scenario, I am going to leave this chart with 10 grand, all right? So therefore, I am going to be making sure that I'm watching this. And when I see, depending on how sensitive I want to be to price action, if I see a break and indication, correction, continuation on 50-minute time frame, I'm out. But I might say, no, I'm up so much, I don't want to give away that much money. So I might drop to my 5-minute time frame and say, if I see an indication, now I'm at 10 grand. If I see this market indicate, correct, and continue, I'm out. And we haven't seen it happen. Even this push up here, the structure is here. We see it indicate. We don't necessarily see it correct and continue. This isn't really a close above this wick. It's like equal. We want to see a close above this wick definitively. So I'm still in. Let's play it forward. Oh, this was a low. This was the previous high before that low point on a small time frame. If I was to draw my lines in, which I don't have to do every time because I can see it on my eye, but I'm doing it for you. All right. At this point here, that's one angle, and then that might be a second angle like that. You might be able to do it in one. We've just seen a break above this level here, indication. We haven't broke above this more swing level. This might be a bit of a correction. Just going to play it forward. This might have been a close just above, but didn't break this structure. But if you're on a 5-minute time frame, I wouldn't be upset at you taking your 12 grand and closing out here. If you were saying, you know what, I'm a bit more comfortable, I'll leave the 10 grand in here and I'm waiting for a close of this 15-minute level up in here, you might still be in here, but I think you're going to get a close above it anyway. All right? It's already index shown its hand. There's already been unrest happening in our, where's my Russian dolls? They're gone. In our Russian dolls, in our smaller Russian dolls, there's some unrest happening inside the belly of the bigger doll. Yeah, on a 5-minute time frame. Let's see what happens. Sideways, and then what did it do in the end? Closed above anyway. Like I said to you, if you was waiting for the 15-minute structure, closed above it anyway. Bro, get out and take your monies. So maybe here was your 10 grand, maybe here's 11. Take your 11 and be happy. You did get down to 14 over here, but you took 11. Better than taking 10 over here. Get out. The market's doing something else. Let's see if it's going to break above this higher structure. Let's see. Definitely did. Definitely, look, the money's going backwards. Now you're smart. You're thinking, oh, I could have got 14. When you close this trade, I could have got 14. I only got 11. But now when you see this go up to the moon, you're like, I'm so happy I closed at 11. You're doing all your affirmations, you're praying, you're doing all you're speaking in tongues, saying, thank you very much that I closed at 11. Because if I didn't close at 11, my money's doing the moonwalk. If I didn't move my stop loss down here and securing a certain amount of money, my money's doing the moonwalk. And how did you get out? You got out when the market broke against you. This strategy is so solid, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I've done so. I can sit here and I can teach you Wyckoff. Yeah, 5-wave impulses, three leg moves. Looking at the second leg has always been the biggest leg, the biggest move of the impulse. I can teach you Wyckoff. I can teach you volume profile. Putting out your volume profile to try and see where the energy of the move is, waiting for price to get back to there, the volume profile, looking at. I can teach you all of these different strategies. But for me, this is the simplest, and this one, this to me just makes sense. And it's built upon, or it is, market structure and price action, which is the foundations. It's not the icing, it's not the cherry. Someone else has got some different kind of strategy. Oh yeah, at this time we do this and we do this and we take this line and we fan this out and we do something else and we go to the 618.7. That's like the icing. This is the cake. This is the cake down to a butter, eggs, and milk level and flour level. I prefer to stick with the cake. Because I know when I go to Mumsy's house, the cake don't even have no icing. It's just solid rum black cake sitting in the corner. Like, do you want some cake? All the icing stuff is, yeah, I don't come for the icing. Like, if Mum said, do you want some icing? I'll be like, no. But if she said, do you want some cake? I'm like, let's go. I can have cake without icing. I prefer cake without icing. So this is the cake. It's the foundation of price action, market structure, how these markets move. And I'm showing you guys time and time again how the strategy plays true. Does that mean that I take every one of these trades and I get every one of these trades? No, because there's more to trading than just this strategy. There is psychology. There is mindset. There is how you work it into your life. Were you there for that trade when it broke structure? Did your alerts ring? Did you get it on your phone? Did you know how to manage your risk? That when, for whatever reason, the indication corrects, you get a fake out and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, that you don't lose more than you need to. There are all these other factors compounding your education and making you a better trader, but this must be the foundation, in my opinion. No one can come here and tell me there's a different foundation. Yeah, you might say, yeah, what is a candle? What is the Forex market? Okay, yeah, these are some foundations you need to kind of know. These are the basics. This is the foundation. In my opinion, you could you could become an expert right here. Just like Floyd Mayweather became an expert at boxing and he drew a line in the sand. He didn't go, oh, now I need to learn Kung Fu. Now I need to learn Wing Chun. Now I need to learn Kempo Jiu-Jitsu. He just said, I'm good with being the best at boxing. And I'm going to make my money in boxing. All them UFC man that want to talk wicked about, coming to the cage. It's like, bro, if you want me in the cage, that's fine. But we're going to box. Don't throw no kicks. That's why Conor McGregor got in the ring and said, yeah, he thinks he can box. But how are you going to box better than Mayweather? When his only one thing he's decided to focus his entire life on is boxing. And you've been out here doing a bit of boxing, a bit of wrestling, a bit of this, bit of that, bit of that. You're the jack of all trades and the master of none. That's why Floyd Mayweather can get in the ring confidently. He wasn't thinking to himself that Conor McGregor might beat him up. He got in the ring confidently against one of the best rising stars in UFC. At the time, some people were considering him, the best. Got in the ring confidently because he is the master at boxing only. He's read the pages in between the pages that you've read about boxing. He's not going to get in the ring and start doing wrestling. Man, I'm going to punch him up. Man, I'm going to grab his little skinny legs and twist his toe, and he's going to be out. So the metaphor is you being out there, figure to yourself, oh yeah, I'm just going to learn this, and I'm going to learn that, and I'm going to learn this before you understand the cake. Now, it's so easy for me to understand other strategies because I relate it all to the cake. I superimpose their strategy on top of my strategy. I don't care what they call it. I'm like, oh, okay, let's just close the imbalance. Oh, okay, yeah. My man's calling it the IFT 369 retracement conglomerate, some long sentence like that. But that's just close the imbalance. I get it. You can call it what you want, mate, but that's close the imbalance. Oh, okay. Oh, that's this broken structure that's indicated. Okay, that's what you're trying to say is called a retrace. Okay, I get it. Because I'm basing it on that foundation. And guys, let me say something to you. You base your whole life around the same strategy. You don't learn how to pole vault before you learn how to crawl and then walk and then run. You start with the foundations. You don't go to your new job and they put you straight away at the desk at the top on the top floor doing some quantum mechanics. No, you start in the mailroom, learning it from the ground up. Everything in life you do the same way. But yeah, I see man coming to training and go, yeah, bro, I'm on some next strategy. I'm learning how to do have you seen the this, that, and the third volume retreat? I'm like, yeah, bro, man, it's cold still. But if I ask them what the market structure, which way the market's going, man don't know. If I say, where's the breaking structure, man don't know. If I say, how does this market like to move, man does not know. But he's telling me about the IPC T1000 divided by 6. And I'm like, bro, I don't even know what you're talking about. But what I do know is I know how to trade, and I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, so put that into perspective when you hear about all these strategies and this, that, and the third, and blah, blah, blah. And if you didn't think that what I was saying held any truth, you wouldn't be here every morning. You've seen me explain things to you, and you've realized that you've started to understand things better. That you can open these charts like this of some random pair, maybe not even Forex, and you understand it. Because I'm telling you guys, there was a time when somebody showed me this and was like, or I've seen this. Let me say somebody didn't show me. No one didn't show me nothing. I've seen this somewhere. Maybe you've seen it on YouTube, you've seen it on the TV, BBC One, you've seen some traders. And it's just like this dark arts. You're like, oh my gosh, man, a trader, this is all maths. Who used to think this is all maths and like charts and lines and me thinking, oh my goodness. Who's it like? I was good at maths. I did well at maths, but there's some people that didn't do well at maths. As soon as they start seeing this, they're thinking lines and numbers. They're like, oh my God, I can't do that. There's people out there that say straight away, I just can't do that. I'm not interested in it because they think it's more difficult than what it is. Whereas now you're able to open these charts in a level of comfort. You're not out of your depth. You're like, okay, I can kind of see what's going on here. This is progress. This is not only progress for you, this is progress for your family. This is progress for your kids. You don't know a trade. You're not a plumber, you're not an engineer, you're not a thing. I'm just saying generally. I'm sure there are some plumbers, engineers, and whatever it may be. But this is something that you can actually teach to your kids. You can pass on this knowledge. Especially if you start becoming profitable and start paying the bills off of your trading. Now everybody wants to know what the hell you're doing. Everybody wants to know what you are doing because you don't go to work. You're not leaving the house in the rain with the rest of the guys. What is it you're doing to afford the Porsche on the drive? And you want to sit somebody down, hopefully somebody who looks like you, hopefully a friend or family member, and you're going to say, this is what I do. And I take losses, but I manage my risk. And I win more. I win over time. I was lucky. I was able to invest some of the money that we got from the house, or we got from grandma passing, or I got from my pension. Not all of it, because I understand risk to reward. I understand management of my risk. I'm not going to get 100 grand from grandma passing, gave it to me, and slap 100 grand in the markets. Because if I messed it up, but then I invest a certain percentage. Yeah. Maybe I'll tell you when I invested as a percentage that was comfortable for me in regards to my net worth. And I grew my account. Or I used that money to buy funded accounts and I used their money to grow my account. But I'll tell you what I did do beforehand. I absolutely grafted in Unity sessions to learn as much as I can do because that was my education. Because you don't know what you don't know. You're not going to know how to trade these markets if you've never been shown. Let me tell you something for free. As much as I try and make it, as I say, I know this and I know that, I do not know quantum physics. I don't know. I do not know the trajectory of getting to the moon and what algorithms and what theories I need to use to get there. I don't know. I'm not trying to say that I wouldn't be able to know because I'm a very capable man. Somebody's got to show me. I've got to learn it from someone. And that's what happens every single morning here. And it's something that you should be proud of yourself, that you have come from, what the hell is this? What are these lines? What are these, especially if you saw it like this before. Look, have a look. Oh my God. Someone's making money from this. How the hell is going? How do you know if it's going up or down? How do you know? You've gone from that mindset to, okay, no problem. Start on the higher time frame, understanding this, understanding that. Okay, but I'm looking to potentially sell. That is night and day. That's like you go into the pottery class and you were just making mud. And now I've come back in, however long later, and there's vases on the side. Vases that you can not only be proud of, but you can sell. You can put flowers in. You can give to a friend as a gift. If this is not and guys, I'm saying to you, celebrate your wins. That's my point. Celebrate your wins. Yes, you want to be a gazillionaire. Yes, you want to pass your funded challenge on the very first goal and get a payout for 200K. I know you do. But you have to also understand the wins and the journey to be able to get to that. I speak to people, I was speaking to Brother Alan the other day, and he was telling me, I said, bro, don't worry about it, bro. He said, that's just a minor bit of the whole puzzle that you need to get right. Just remember when you first came here, this was a puzzle with a million pieces that was just lying on the table. And now you're saying, oh gosh, it's not quite there. I can see that it's the map of the world and this and that other, but I'm just missing this corner here. I haven't quite got the top of Europe. I'm kind of like, bro, cup looks half full to me, bro. You've done most of it. Stay the course, understand it's a journey, yeah, and keep locking in. And let me say this as well, guys. Share this opportunity with people who you love. Say to your people, bro, I'm on this trading thing right now, and I just breakfast club every single morning. You should probably come. Come and see what it feels like. Come and see if it's something that you might resonate. Because there's a lot of people out here that are looking for something. There's a lot of people out here that are lost. They don't have a community. They don't have a unity. They don't have a good morning, grand rising. They don't have a how you doing there? Yes, Jason, good morning. Yes, Sister Abana. First thing in the morning, they don't have no partner. They wake up in the morning, their bed is empty. It's just them in the bed. That might be you. They just wake up in this world alone and they're looking for something. They're looking for something to change their mind, to change not only their life, but to change their mindset. They might end up going back to the road, doing something that they don't want to do, or they may end up going back to a dead-end job, but they don't want to do that. And just because you don't want to share this opportunity, every single person here on this call should have 2 of their friends here on this call. That's how I see it. I'm putting it on you. Every single person sitting here should have been like, listen, this is what I do every single morning. Me and you are good friends, so we're alike in some way. You should maybe come and have a listen to what JP has to say. Because for all you know, they might just get it. Change their life. Change your life because they get it so quickly. Maybe they have money. Maybe they're going to be the people that come here and be like, yeah, I really want to learn this, but at the moment tomorrow, you're a better trader than me. So I'm going to give you 100 grand to trade my money. Or I'm going to fund your prop firm challenges to see if we can make some money, because I really believe in what this guy's saying, but I'm just not ready. But I've got the money to. You being here by yourself without sharing, especially some of the guys that have been here for so long, not sharing it with other people, is selfish. I'm sorry. I'm saying it. If it stings, it's you. If you're not trying to get your kids and your cousins and your nephews and your friends to try and maybe when they come and they say, no, it's not for me, then that's cool. But you see me, when I've got a way of making money and doing something, people know me. I'm the first one to pick up the phone and say, listen, this is the motive. There's something going on. This is all the information I know. If you want to get involved, get involved. If you don't want to get involved, I understand. There's people on this call right now that will tell you the same. That I've called them out of the blue and been like, listen, there is a little something, This is what's happening. And you should be the same, guys. I'm saying that for yourself. I'm also saying that for the community, because now we're getting to the time where we're going to blow this community up. And the people I hear right now, the G-Vans, the sisters, you heard me been saying it, you're going to be the authorities. When I get people that go to me, yeah, that Alan, bro, he knows his stuff, bro. When it comes to fundamentals, bro, and I know Alan gets people randomly messaging. I've got his number from out the group. I randomly message him and ask him stuff about fundamentals. Because he's put himself in that situation, in that place. Let's fast forward 5 years. You see Alan on the TV, or you see Alan talking to young kids, or Alan in a university speaking about trading, or Alan on the platform surrounded by 100,000 people listening to his fundamental analysis. It has to start somewhere. I have no problem with sitting here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people on the call. Because I know that's the foundations for 800 people on the call. I've been approached by trading platforms that have got big money behind them trying to make prop firms and want me to be the educator. Because they have to, because of certain hoops, have education attached to what they're doing. I know it's a matter of time before the amount of money that is owed to me lands in my bank account. Or there are hundreds or thousands of people getting my education. Why? Because I put it in. And I give you guys my all, my passion, my heart to try and make sure that you can get this quicker, as quickly, even before me. Someone turns and said, bro, I've been doing my prop firm challenge. I just got paid out of 10K. I'm not going to be hating. Be like, oh, damn, that could be my 10K. Where's my car? I'm going to say, where's my car? I'll be like, bro, I'm so happy for you, bro. I'm so happy for you. So like I said, every single person, I know it's Breakfast Club, but guys, I'm going to start putting out some flyer stuff in the group or some information. You're supposed to be sharing that with your community. When you come here, your boys are here and your brothers and your sisters. It makes it even more enjoyable for you. Now, when man come around for Christmas or come around for Sunday dinner, you're not just rapping about nonsense. You can rap about the nonsense. You can have a little laugh, play 2 blackjack, and then you can go, look, bro, let's bust up these charts now. Let me show you something. What is that going to do to your nieces and nephews sitting around the table, seeing all the uncles and aunties with laptops open, talking about finance, talking about this is where they want to invest in Bitcoin when it gets to this price, talking about this is what's happening in the world fundamentally, and this may affect your job, your this, your that. So Jermaine, you better get your life insurance in place, or you better get your whole of term stuff sorted out. What is that going to do? It's going to change the narrative. Because let me tell you something. The other people, they are doing this. So don't listen to me and be like, right, this sounds far-fetched. Jay's going off on a rant. The other communities, them are doing this. This is why they go and play golf. How many villagers do you know out here playing golf? How many people from lesser advantaged, disadvantaged communities are out here playing golf? Not because golf is the most exciting, because it is. It's good. I'm sure I'm going to play golf a little bit. You know what I mean? It's nice when you get your turn, you get a swing. But you know what? Whilst we're having a swing, how's your investments going in Apple? Have you seen it? No, I haven't actually seen investment in Apple. How's it doing? Yeah, it's falling at the moment, but it's probably going to turn around 22,000. Probably be a good time for you to get in. Oh, thanks for that there, John. I'll have a look at that. Or around the table, they're all doing the same stuff. But because we choose not to share, because we choose not to decide that this is something that we want to be, like decide, I've decided, I'm gonna be a trader. I'm gonna be an investor. I'm gonna learn about finance. Because we haven't decided, we just mosey through life, just doing other stuff that isn't. I was listening this morning, I might play it again. It's called Time to Focus. And the guy was saying, are you doing the things, the little things that are pointing you in the direction of where you actually really want to go? Listen to this. Let me say that one more time. Is what you're doing, the little things, whether that's your job, whether that's your eating habits, whether that's your exercise habits, whether that's how you deal in your relationships, are you doing the right things that are taking you in the direction of where you actually want to go? So if you said that, I want to be a millionaire. Okay. Are you doing the little things that are getting you towards being a millionaire? Because you're not going to work your way at UPS, no disrespect to anyone who is at UPS, for the next 20 years and become a millionaire. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. It's not going to happen. So therefore, you've either got to adjust what it is you're trying to achieve, or you've got to start working to it. Say, you know what, I'm going to work my 8 hours at UPS, but every day I come home, I'm working 2 hours on myself to get me towards being a millionaire. I'm working 2 hours on my business idea. I'm working 2 hours on my networking to get around people that's going to help me to do that thing to become a millionaire. Okay, now you're making sense. Or you got a goal to be in a certain shape, but every single day you come home and you're busting up biscuits. You bust a whole packet of biscuits, you just bust it open. But how are you going to get to have that body and sort out your life? Are you going to the gym? You're not going to the gym. Why are you going to the gym? Why are you eating nonsense? Maybe you've got health. This is the worst one. And guys, this resonates for me. I'm going to open up to you right now. My dad's not very well. Yeah, I don't need to say this on camera, on thing, and it's not for pity. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure, because I haven't told nobody for why. My dad's diabetic, and he doesn't look after himself. Doesn't necessarily eat the right stuff. Yeah, doesn't stay away from sugar. Yeah, and my dad would tell me that he wants to live because he's got a lot of kids. He wants to live. He wants to be around his grandkids. That's what he would tell me with his words, but with his actions, that's not what he does. He's not doing the little things to fix his health. And as a consequence of that, his health is deteriorating. Now take that as a metaphor for your life. As a consequence of you not doing the little things, you say you don't want to go back to jail, but you keep hanging out with men that are doing stuff that are going to take them to jail. If you hang around with them, you will get swept up in the jail energy and go jail. You don't want to be around negative people, but you keep going to that barbershop where everyone's like, moping around. How's life? Well, you know it goes, man. I just broke out here, innit? And just trying to get by. Listen, I stay away from people that start chatting, talk to me, you know? I bump into somebody go, yeah, man, it's just, look, I don't even want to be around them. I swear to God. I'll be like, oh, yeah, I hear you, man, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, just keep it up and wait to. And then I keep it stepping. I don't need that energy. I've got my own problems. I don't need your problems. I want to be around somebody that's like, yeah, bro, I'm up for this, bro. I'm really trying to do X, Y, Z. My business is not doing too well at the moment, but I'm trying this, I'm trying that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, you sound, yeah, man, wicked. You're going to make it, bro. I like, furthermore, where are you going? Yeah, I want to come and meet you for coffee. Let's talk about something. Because I want to surround myself with people that are trying to get me to where I'm going. Birds of a feather definitely fly together. So who are your birds? Have a look at your birds around you. Are they flying in your direction? Or man flying some other way? Because if they are, get away from them. Get away from those things. And it will be hard. It's hard for me to turn around and say I'm a vegan. You think people, you might know that I'm a vegan, yeah? But most of you don't. Don't think it's easy. I'm ranting on now, but I'm just going to finish. Don't think it's easy for me for the last 6 years to not eat meat, fish, any dead flesh, dairy. Let me tell you why. Because prior to becoming a vegan, I could knock over a whole block of mild cheese with a pack of crackers. Yeah? Let's just say amen to a pack of Jacob crackers right now, because I don't know if they come from the Lord or they come from the devil. Yeah? I could knock over a whole pack of Jacob crackers and mild cheese. Or if I get someone that got macaroni cheese dripping, with the cheese like that, you pull it and it does that. Or if I go to a family do and they've got jerk chicken and it's fried chicken. Oh, my grandma used to fry the best chicken, bless her soul. It's not easy for me to say I'm not going to eat those things, especially in a social setting. But I understand that when I look at my two boys, my beautiful boys, and I want to be here for them for as long as possible in the best condition of my life. I don't want to be lit down with certain illnesses. I don't want to have, and I know how it used to make me feel, for example, drinking milk. All of a sudden, I went from drinking Nourishment. Who can remember Nourishment, Can you remember Nourishment? I know you can remember Nourishment, old school.
And yeah, I can remember Nourishment and Nutriment.
And Nutriment and Nourishment. Yeah, for some reason they started, I don't know, there was some arguments and it was changing the name from Nourishment to Nutriment.
Yeah, I can't drink that. I don't touch milk.
Listen, it used to come in every flavor. Look at these flavors: chocolate, banana, straw. I'm talking. There's more flavors. There's mad flavors. I've gone to the shop and I've seen in one Asian man shop just a random flavor. Like I don't know whether he's making the flavors in the back. I've seen like mango. I've seen all type of mad flavors. Yeah, this is only showing the bait flavors, but I'm telling you, this thing comes in all type of flavors. I used to knock them over when I was young. Just to make little. Just to put them in the ice tray. Yeah, and eat them like they were ice cream. And I know how it feels now for me to have milk. It started affecting me. I know how it feels after I eat meat, especially red meat. I never ate pork for a huge amount of time of my life. But red meat, even after I eat like a curry, I know how it makes me feel. So that combined with the information I know about the type of meat that we currently eat in the Western world. This ain't me judging nobody who eats meat, please. This is not my rant of you should become a vegan. It is not. Live your life. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, there's somebody who's lived for 1,000,000 years and they've been namming and boxing off raw pork or whatever they want to eat. That's their business. But me personally, I made a decision. I decided, just like you could decide to do this trading thing. I decided I'm not doing it anymore. Not for nobody else. Because when nobody's looking, I can go and box up a quick chicken burger and still come here and tell you guys, yeah, but I can look at you guys in the eye and say to you, I have not eaten meat, dead flesh in 5-6 years. From being somebody who used to box my mum can make fried fish, the best fried fish you ever tasted in your life. Obviously, you know, that might be arguable. You're going to say your mum makes the best fried fish. I get it. I'm saying to you, when there's a do happening, a christening, my mum's making fried fish. That's what they're asking for. Yeah? I haven't touched it. I haven't touched anything like that. And it's because I decided, and not because it's easy. It's because it's in the journey of where I want to go. Is my diet perfect? My diet's still not perfect, guys. I still think I'm addicted to sugar. You understand what I'm saying? I still think I'm addicted to sugar, which I want to change, but I'm at least trying to take steps in the direction. Me waking up every single morning doing breakfast stuff is me trying to take the steps in the direction of becoming a profitable trader. Me paying for the courses that I've paid for in the past was me taking steps in the direction of where I want to go. It's very, very important that we are intentional with our acts because life doesn't last forever. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to decide what we want to do. Because if we don't, we will mosey through life and just be taken by the waves of what everybody else is doing. Oh, look, everybody else is doing this, I'm doing this. Oh, everybody else is going to this rave, I'm going to this rave. Oh, everybody else is... You're living somebody else's life. You've got your plan at the top. I want to be a this, or I want to be a that, or I want to be a family. You want to have a family, but yet you're not out there trying to date, or you're not out there trying to find that person. Well, it's not gonna happen then, is it? That's it. It's 1 + 1 = 2. 1 + 1 doesn't equal 18. So you want to become a trader, put the hours in, break this structure down, ask Jay, pay for education, invite people, make a community. You want your kids to not go through the pain that you've gone through. Guys, I don't want my kids to go through the things that I've gone through. Because as easy as I'm here, I could not be here. So I don't want to roll that dice with my kids. So I've got to make sure I put things in place and I try and work towards making sure that they have a different life. I have to share this with my son. He has to know how to trade. God forbid he gets to 16 and he's not telling you that he's busting up the charts. You guys can come and personally come and slap me in the back of the head and say, Jay, you lied. You lied about everything. But it's not going to be the case. Anyway, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, yeah? I hope that from the trading side of this session, you guys learned something, yeah? I'm very, very passionate about not just trading, guys, but personal development, especially for, you know, for everybody, but from people that are from disadvantaged backgrounds, from people that look like myself, the villagers them, and for people that really want to change the narrative. Because I understand how life can life. Life starts lifing, yo. Got bills to pay and you ain't got no money coming in. But let me tell you one thing. It is not where you are in life. It is where you are going. Because within everybody's journey you've been, everyone here has had more money than they have right now. And everybody here has probably been broker than they are right now. Or maybe not. Maybe now's the brokest you've ever been. But understand it's not where you are in life. It is where you are going. Because you could have everything. We've seen the stars, the rappers, and the film stars, etc., that seemingly have everything, but they are going downhill. They're out every night snorting coke, troubling prostitutes, getting involved in, you know, sexually promiscuous behavior, doing them. We've seen them. They're all over the internet right now, and they're doing this. Where's my homie R. Kelly? Where's my homie R. Kelly? I've been banging R. Kelly my whole life. We've grown up to R. Kelly. A lot of you have been born to R. Kelly. Do you understand what I'm saying? R. Kelly born you. Yeah? But because of his decisions, he's now in jailhouse. So who cares of where he was? It's about where you're going. Guys, good morning. God bless. Have an absolutely fantastic day. It is Wednesday midweek. We did look at US 30. It is still doing the hokey cokey. Guys, I hope that something I said resonated today, and I hope I didn't come across too preachy. I'm not trying to get you guys to become vegans. I'm just saying to you that whatever it is you want in life takes sacrifice and it takes intention. You got to decide. Okay? But good morning. God bless. Thank you for your time. I'm going to play something. I'm going to play some more of that motivational stuff. Maybe some guys heard it this morning or not. And I'm going to wish you guys a good day.
A quote from Mark Cuban. He says, look, you need to be working 24/7 like there's someone constantly around the clock working to take it all away from you. And I strongly believe in that notion. I think there's a